Can the defending world champions keep their winning streak alive? Navi is fighting to advance in the world warm-up for $30,000 next week. Don't miss beautiful attacks from Gaku's Recall Dragons to a 19 minor hybrid. But first, we start off with a Sui Lalo.
But we are already in our first match, first attack, and we see Lalo attack. Golem, Ice Hound, I see it there. I see a lock launcher, which always is going for typically a lock launcher dive. If he gets all the value he's looking for, this is typically really good. But that's always the big question, big thing. If he does not get this value, it might look problematic. The king has to go inside, and the king is not going into this compartment, which could be a big problem.
Yeah, as that log launcher is going and cutting across his base, that queen is now making her way into this multi with the Ice Hounds to be able to help protect. We have that king who is, well, he can come back alive here, but look, using some skeleton spells as he's going to slowly make his approach a little bit closer to that scatter shot.
That's right. So the entire eagle compartment is taken care of. The king is not going to get the multi-inferno tower. The queen is trying her best with that royal champion, turning both heroes invisible. The invisibility spell nowadays has become such an important spell for all of those different strategies. But now the town hall, and there is an invisibility tower right behind the town hall. We have seen many problems yesterday with this combination. So can he somehow solve this issue?
We have that invisibility indeed, as there's the rage for the tunnel. It goes down. Warden ability takes out the Milof, takes out that. The pathing is actually brilliant. It was kind of perfect there, as he has a heal, a freeze, and a haste still to use. And there we go. It's looking strong as he's making his way into that final multi-target Inferno compartment.
That's right. One more loon to place just to be safe, to speed cleanup up, because time could be always an issue. Chasmac EA really needs a good start into this, because they want to somehow challenge for those top spots in this group. Because remember, you really want to get into this top 2 position in your group to make sure that you are getting to the playoff stage. And this is a really convincing start for Chasmac EA versus a team like Navi, trying to somehow put them under pressure. Even though I feel like, do teams like that feel even pressure? It's
right.
I'm not sure.
We got the next attack. Gaku coming in, and he's loving this Queen Walk Dragon Recall attack. He did this the other day, and he's bringing it again here. And let's see, as this queen, what he kind of was going for is having the queen secure the town hall with the charge and the recall, sending her on the other side, and then wherever the queen goes in between this original section that he took out and wherever the new queen is going. So really loving to see the recall coming into the meta right now.
Yeah, especially versus those anti-3-star bases, this strategy works really well. I did kind of the same thing with dragons and super minions, because the super minions got a small buff. If we're completely honest, the buff was not really meaningful, sadly. But if you can snipe outside key defenses to not really get into all of the damage, that's really strong, like the Town Hall, for example. And the best thing about this is, with the buff of the recall spell, the Unicorn most of the time is going down versus the Town Hall. But your healers are going to survive, which means you can recall all of them. This time around, the Unicorn survived, which means one healer got not recalled. And now the Queen is getting placed at the bottom side to create pathing for his Dragon and Inferno Dragon combination.
So what I noticed here was what he didn't do was use a rage spell, because he used that queen ability instead. I thought he might want to rage up the queen so he can secure the queen ability, like keep it for way later in the raid. But let's see how that plays a role in the rest of this attack, as the dragons, Inferno Dragons, are making their way through as the Flame Flinger just opened up.
Yeah, the queen now is getting raged up, especially I'm still like, maybe if he planned to use the queen ability, he could have only placed 4 healers to really get like no healer left behind, kinda. But right now the dragons are spreading out a lot in the core, which is typically not what you would like to have. You want to have them concentrated in the middle to have as much damage output as possible. And the queen now is walking around this bottom side, walking into the Inferno Tower compartment. He can rage her up again, but Carbon, there's quite a big back end still left. Queen's barely hanging on. The Warden.
No! See, this
The
is
one
where
heater
I thought,
difference.
like that. Yeah, I mean, I thought if he had the queen ability, like he has an extra rage here. If he raged up that queen, he would have been able to potentially have that ability for later in that point to keep that queen alive. But he's got 27 seconds. He's got a couple freezes. The RC is going through towards his scatter shot. It skips. Another freeze under the ground expo. 19 seconds. Get a Gaku. Get this one done. It's a race against time. No way.
No.
Really?
He misplaced the Barbarian, and because of that, the Barbarian did not tank for the Wizard. And this, if... Oh, this would be...
Oh, no. What?
What?
Wow. Gaku, get
That was...
done. We've got a very similar attack here with the Queen Recall Dragons, but no Inferno Dragons here in the mix. There's a couple Dragon Riders, but he's charging this Queen towards the Town Hall. How Gaku used the Queen ability. Will he do that or freeze the Town Hall with a raged up Queen and want to maybe invest some of the spells more for the dragons?
Yeah, he has to freeze because of the invisibility tower anyways, and this time he knows that his unicorn is going to survive because he is freezing the town hall, which means he's only bringing those 4 healers to really make good use of the entire capacity of that recall spell, letting the queen run a little bit, but don't worry, she's going to survive, going to recall her on the right side to get that queen walk going, and with that he's just creating pathing for his dragons, which he's going to send in exactly from this bottom right side. Maybe a little bit early because the queen has not really taken down the air defense, for example. And now a slammer on the side, but that slammer is getting targeted right away from that monolith and is not going to survive for that long, it feels like.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but he does pull out the triple ice golem CC, which some of the dragons may end up going there as the warden ability is protecting him through the core of this base. But his queen does make her way into the base towards going closer to that eagle artillery. The problem, they've all ignored the monolith. Oh no.
That's a big problem, especially if you're attacking with Dragon Riders, but it's going down with that Warden. The question now, though, is can this Queen somehow turn this back? He was super early with all of those Dragon Riders. He did not really wait for his Queen to create pathing or anything. Yes, the strategy is super time-consuming because you're trying to dive in from multiple sides with your Queen charge, but still, he started really early. Now his heroes need to make that attack count. Royal Champion already in as well. But was that too early? That's another question.
Can he still get this? With 47 seconds, the RC's ability will go off. The Headhunters are clutching up that enemy Queen there. Queen's going through with ability. RC needs to make her way in. Not too much damage on the backside of this, but the problem is time is going to be an issue. There's a wall break all perfectly to allow the Queen to come through. Still has to get to the clan castle, though.
Wizard is running.
No.
Bottom right. Wizard is running. Is there
he
a giant bomb?
Oh.
Is there the
Wow,
anti-wizard giant bomb?
What? There wasn't anything there. No way. It works again. It didn't even look like it. It looked like it died off, but it still gets it done. What? Wow.
Crazy.
What a match here. We've got Klaus kicking it off with a skeleton donut. 35 balloons. Wow, quite a bit of balloons here, Klaus.
And what I think is really surprising that we're already seeing after day 2 of this competition, a change in the base building meta. I mean, we have seen pretty much the majority of teams starting with box bases into this competition. But already now on day 2, we see 2 teams both using only anti-3-star setups, which so far seem kind of weak versus specific entries. So surprised that this is getting used so much. But right now, Klaus is showing off the skills. But wait a second, the scatter is this. No! 0 HP, but
yeah, so low. But he did get the clan castle. So he did get the clan castle in the Inferno Tower. So that is really good. So you can still work through the scatter. There is that defensive rage spell there. Oh, Queen's ability for the enemy Queen. But he's got oh my god, that is so many balloons here. So he's going to try to get this Queen to make her way to the town hall.
That rage scatter
she's gonna die. Yeah, she's dying.
Ouch.
Oh, she has like no health. There's no way this queen survives. No. Oh, she's going in. Okay.
The king.
No, the king bails.
King is getting lured.
Wait.
Oh, he's coming back. He tried to go for those skeletons.
But he
Again, King, what are you doing?
No! This ground scale. Oh no. Klaus, what are you gonna do? How is he gonna do this? Uh-oh. Oh no. That's a problem. These skeletons, defensive skeletons, have been such an annoyance for Klaus here on this attack. Oh boy.
I mean, at this point, he has to go for a really decent percentage, I feel like. Remember, this back-end scatter with that Rage Tower is supposed to be down. The Town Hall is supposed to be down. So this is looking really hard now for Klaus to pull off. But I mean, if there is someone, it might be Klaus here turning this into a really solid percentage or even 3-star attack.
Ah! Oh
What?
no! What?
Was there a hound or something, or what did he? Oh, the headhunters?
He ran after the headhunters. Oh no! Warden just went on his own, and he's got 8 balloons left to try to grab percentage. So he's setting some balloons into the left. He can haste them over there. But oh, how unfortunate there. The scatter shot staying up, and that did a ton of damage to his queen. A lot more than he was expecting.
Yeah, those raged up defenses are quite scary. We have talked about that yesterday. They're dealing so much damage, and this base had actually 2 rage towers if we see this now. Like on the right side, we have a rage tower with scatter, double multi-inferno tower. This setup is looking really scary overall. So really solid base from Chasmac EA here. And with that, they have their first defense, and they are in the lead versus Navi, which is quite surprising if I'm completely honest. I mean, Navi as the world champion of last year, they have to be the favorite going to most of those matches.
And now Chasmac EA are looking to answer with double poisons. So he's got a bat spell, skeleton. I'm gonna say it's a Skelly Donut, but he's got poisons. Usually the Skelly Donut looks to remove that clan castle. But with that king off to the left side, you'll try to send him in towards this Eagle artillery to get that value. And a log launcher in the mix, so really trying to invest heavy with his heroes.
Yeah, and what I feel like is showcased so far really well on Town of 15 is that most of those bases have specific metas to counter them. Remember, we have seen yesterday so many of those Zap Titan attacks, but that was mainly versus box bases. Today we're seeing a lot of those diamond-shaped bases with somewhat exposed Town Hall, so that we're seeing the Recall Queen Shards, we're seeing a lot of Hero Dive Lalo attacks, or even other type of Lalo attacks, which are typically good versus those bases. So players really adapting to whatever they're having to attack right now, it seems like, base style-wise. And right now, Lavi is trying to take down this multi-inferno at the bottom side, but there's so much damage on the Royal Champion. Can he take it down? The Queen is coming in to reinforce it, and with that, this multi-inferno tower is down.
Yeah, with this queen now, she's going to step in towards the ground expo, taking this out. There's a bat spell straight onto the air defense, so the balloons can help move closer to it. So maybe he was thinking that he could also try to get these balloons to just sneak in and maybe pull a tornado trap that may be in this area. Or no, he just removes the air defense of the hound. The ice hound flies right across behind the town hall, which he doesn't lure a tornado there.
Exactly, this is really to make sure that you're creating this hound pathing, so a possible tornado trap behind the town hall is not getting triggered, or at least not triggered by the loons, but the invisibility tower redirects all of those loons away from the monolith, and that defense is going to stay alive.
Yeah, it does. It's still up with, he does have a heal spell. There's the haste and the heal not being utilized. The queen is just staying alive. You know, she's just sneaking in here and not getting targeted. So the skeletons are going to provide the distraction so the queen can remove this monolith.
Wow.
And look at this. What an attack here. With that log launcher, Lalo, and the Viz will go off, so we have to ignore for a brief second. But it's not going to matter, as this is yet a third triple for Chasmac EA. A brilliant attack here. Stars is bringing 36 balloons. He's like, you know what, Klaus? You were unfortunately fell short with like 35 balloons. I'll bring one extra, and I think I can get this one done.
The Blizzard is flying in, getting his blimp close to the Town Hall, turning everything invisible. Rage them up. The Town Hall, is it going to go down before the invisibility? Yeah, no, wait, am I blind? I thought that was what is an invisibility tower. I'm just blind. I take everything back. So far the value is great. Stars is looking good.
Yeah, looking great. And a lot of you guys may notice he dropped an invisibility spell just a bit to the left side so they can go for the air defense, and then he drops it to the right side. These pro players, what they do is they just drop the invis around itself so that he get different values, because a lot of times the casual player, if they're doing the Blizzard Lalo, may just drop the invisibility spell in the exact same spot every single time. But pros don't do that. They drop it around just a tile or two in different directions. You may not even notice it if you're not looking for it. But with that Raw Champion now down, his hero's pushing into the right side.
Oh, and we see right now either a Warden Walk bait or a Flame Flinger bait. I think it's more like the Flame Flinger bait on the right side. Yeah, this has to be a Flame Flinger bait because there were no expos whatsoever. We see the Flame Flinger getting used by a lot of pros. I mean, it's just a crazy siege machine if you can get the value. So nice bait right there. And another thing which we notice is something I always take a look at is the expo settings. We have typically always 4 ground expos, but on those bases right now, it's 3 expos set to air and only 1 expo to ground, which might be a threat to the Lalo. But the heroes are staying alive way longer.
Yeah, we have the defensive rage there as the balloons are moving in towards the scatter, the model from the backside. But that defensive rage is just devastating. It's doing so much damage to these loons, especially this multi, so he's keeping it frozen. He has bag and balloons coming into the Teslas, the Air Expo, but the balloons are all over this map with one more freeze used, and Stars is looking good here as long as he can take that multi down, but he still even has this queen up running around this base and taking down Rainberry. What an attack here with that Blizzard Lalo.
Yeah, and Navi really needed this 3-star because they are still behind depending on whatever Chasmac is going to do in their next attack. But this means Stars, as usual, it feels like getting his 3-star in with the Blizzard.
Here we go. We've got Equal coming in with a Lalo. It looking like a Sui Lalo trying to get some skeleton spells. He's got the poison spell in the mix and that log launcher.
Yeah, and remember we saw this base already yesterday where Navi faced off versus Blind. We had the Queen charge hybrid into the Town Hall, if you remember. The Queen lost her ability within the first couple of seconds and then had no chance versus the double ground expo. So looking forward to see if this entry now works way better with the log launcher dive in from the Eagle side. The same approach which Chasmac has done already now a couple of times already. He needs to be careful with all of that damage. Those raged up expos can do a ton of that. But so far, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, that log launcher is going to be able to take out that multi-target Inferno. That king is tanking forever. The queen. Oh, the log launcher now just took a few hits of damage and opens up. They are looking to path their way in. Yes, the king takes out the expo, so the Yeti goes straight into that multi and pulling out that clan castle as the queen is now responsible for taking out the scatter shot here.
Yeah, and so far this is work. Oh my, this value is looking crazy. The Tesla farm in the core, maybe those destroying the pathing, but what do you see?
I was just saying, like, exactly what you said, the value that he got with his heroes. The whole left side is gone. It's like his heroes took out 50% of this base, iTzu.
And they keep going. I mean, the next multi-inferno tower is going down with that Royal Champion. If it's like one multi-inferno tower, one scatter shot are the biggest threats at the moment with, again, the classic combination invisibility tower and Town Hall. And yet again, we have a queen which somehow stayed alive. But there is not too many loons going for the Town Hall. Wait a second, Carbon.
Oh, the path thing. Uh-oh, there's a rage warded ability. Oh! What? Wait, no! The Town Hall was invisible, so they ignored it, but they go back, but that actually might have helped a little bit, so they ignore the Town Hall poison. Here's it on the other side.
The heal spell is coming in, but is it going to heal through all of that damage? I feel like this scatter might be the MVP.
Scatter. That scatter shot needs to lock on like to the owl or something. It does. Oh, the balloons are gonna sneak in. It's hitting the owl, and then now he's going for the air defense, but the archer tower, and the warden goes down to the splash of the scatter as this attack just falls short. It all came down to running around that town hall due to the invisibility spell. Wow.
Yeah, I think overall he had to invest too many spells onto the hero dive with a lot of freezes because the ground expos raised up. Did just way more damage than what he was expecting, I feel like. So he had to freeze a couple of times to really make sure that his queen especially is staying alive and getting further into the scatter compartment.
Bernaul coming in with a hybrid, bringing the ground in, as we've been seeing so much. Lalo with that queen charge from the left side, making her way closer to the town hall, most likely, and no recall spell in here. So if that queen steps into the town hall, you have to be very careful with that defending CC behind it and that monolith.
Ooh, those Testa might mess up the pathing. He has to invest quite a bit to get that queen back because this queen is supposed to get into that tunnel compartment. Is she, though, with those Testa popping up? I'm not sure. I think she's going to go for the mortar next. Maybe for the elixir collector, yes. And, okay, somehow she is going in. Somehow she is going into that compartment. But the first black mine hitting those healers. Second black mine is getting triggered. So nice job with that Goku Loon. And I remember, I think I saw a post on Twitter from Bernaul where he said that Queen Charge Hybrid might be stronger than Queen Charge Lalo. At least I think he tried that in Legends and had a quite, I think, around about 300 trophies offense. So really, really good there. So maybe he has tried a little bit Queen Charge Hybrid. So especially the new Siege Machine in use is getting me kind of excited.
Yeah, with this queen, she's making her way left, slowly just dealing with these pups from the Lava Hound. And here he's starting the hybrid right into the enemy queen with the Hogs, not waiting around. Royal Champion and going with that battle drill. We've got a battle drill in the mix with the hybrid, probably one of the least used siege machines with even the wall wrecker, as there may see more use in the future, as now the king is going to make his way in towards this eagle artillery as the pathing is set, try to keep this queen alive as the warden ability is just utilized.
That's right. The king was delayed to make sure that he's not tanky too much, which surprises me, to be honest, because I would have expected then the king to be combined with the Frosty. I feel like I'm not the biggest fan with the delayed king and the Phoenix because, I mean, the king has to go down to get the value, and take a look at that. There's just so much going on in the core, but I feel like the troops are just slowly getting taken care of.
Yeah, the hybrid is pretty much gone from the core. That Royal Champion dies. The Warden, the Diggy was helping quite a bit. And stunning and taking out that scatter shot as the King's ability is now running around. And that battle drill is actually still up. Look at this. Bernaul bringing in the hybrid attack to get it done for Navi, where they definitely needed to keep pace with what Chasmac EA has been doing in this match here. And the battle drill doesn't even open.
Yeah, and at the same time, as I said, I think the Phoenix is so overrated. I mean, the Phoenix did nothing. I mean, Frosty is always guaranteed value for your attack.
With the next attack, Rainberry. He's got the Zap Lalo, bringing the lightning spells to remove quite a bit of here in the core. But that defensive rage tower is going to stay up, and it's going to be doing a lot of damage as he approaches the core of the space here.
Yeah, I think he could have taken down everything together, right? Like, lightning spells are always like a thing for themselves. It's sometimes kind of tricky to know what exactly the pattern is, but overall, taking down 2 defenses already. King is taking down the defending queen, taking down all of the Tesla, which were located in front of that compartment. Now the queen is getting sent in to take down the eagle, with the Royal Champion slowly but surely taking down that scatter. And then there's a lot of base left, to be honest.
There is, but he does lure out a triple Ice Golem CC. Luckily, this Royal Champion, if she waits in here long enough, he can have those Ice Golems sit there and go down, but it looks like she is getting picked off as that Diggy will retarget and join in with a different hero as the Ice Golem does just die, and the Queen is removing the Eagles of Lalo. is happening at the same time. So much multitasking going on here.
That's right, and he has to freeze this invisibility tower non-stop to really make sure that it's not going off. There is now the freeze. Town Hall is going down. It was never close, Carbon. It was never close.
Uh-oh, wow, look at that as the balloons do backtrack to take out the monolith, going into the scatter shot as they are flying around, and I think wait, okay, no, I think that was not his freeze. I think that was the defending ice golem dying on that freeze as the balloons are coming toward the left. He does have a dragon, but that's going to be getting hit. Finds that tornado trap right there on the kind of outside to the left there, but this defending multi is going to be a problem for these balloons.
Red mines are hitting. Oh no. Multi-Inferno Tower is going down. Single Inferno Tower has to be next though.
No. Wait, I think the Diggy is still alive. It just is sneaking in there. It was able to stun, but the problem is all the balloons and the dragon ended up dying off. Wow. You know what this means? Navi have a
lot of
chance
pressure
to win. On their final attack to go 3-0 in the group stage. Oh my. Unfortunate there for Rainberry.
Freeze tower or they lose.
Here we go. Kazuma is the final attacker for this match here, and he must triple to win as he's going straight into a Tesla farm with this flame flinger, which is it a Tesla farm bait to try to catch this flame flinger? Uh-oh.
I think we have seen this now already a couple of times from Chasmac that they had those flame flinger baits, and most of the time they had more traps inside, which means I would be pretty safe that there is maybe some small bombs or skeleton traps or something still there. He's trying to lure them right now with a Hog Rider. There's the skeleton trap. It's going to run into the flames of the flinger. It's going to go down, but it's going to be risky, and at the same time a lot of multitasking because he's charging that town hall at the same time right now to really make sure that time might be not an issue overall.
Yeah, as this queen does secure the town hall, she's making her way through that mile. Is a big problem onto this queen as he freezes it up, making his way into the enemy royal champion. Gonna have to get the hybrid down, and he sends it in now with the miners, the hogs, the warden royal champion, and the defensive rage is there, making the queen invisible to keep her alive.
That's right, the flinger has got already a lot of value. It's mainly used for funneling, and what I like a lot is I see my favorite pet out there, Frosty, going in and taking down defenses left and right. The queen ability to keep her alive, and there's just so much chaos going on.
Yes, so much stuff happening. Remember, this got to be a 3-star as the queen is now dealing with these lava pups. Luckily, he can get through it, and the lava hound did not move over to the royal champion, so she can continue her way in as the flame flinger now just opens. The queen is securing this monolith. He's into the core. There's a freeze. There's a rage. He has the heal leading into the scatter shot.
Ooh, I'm not sure. The heal did not cover too much, but it might be just enough to get this done. We have those miners closing in onto the last scatter shot. The lizard is running around, but nothing is targeting right now that scatter shot. The Yeti's at the top side, though. This might still work, and this should work, I think.
He's got the sneaky goblins. They're running around. He is clapping right there. And look at this. Kazuma is gonna get it done with the pressure on the line. And the 3-star for Navi. And they are gonna be victorious off of that attack. Brilliant job getting it done with the hybrid. And wow, keeping everything into the core, and even with the Teslas that popped in front of that flame flinger, keeping it alive. What an attack, and what a war we had here.